What's up, guys? It's Scythe, that's and Tigron, starting a new Let's Play of Cube World Alpha Edition, because this game's only an alpha. This game is growing in popularity. So many other YouTube channels have started doing this, and I probably should have started doing this a lot sooner than I'm doing it. But it doesn't really matter, because we're going to start anyway, and I have absolutely been loving this game. Here's my Ranger Jim. You like him? You like him? I was testing stuff out. You watch this. Delete! Take that, Jim. We're gonna create a new character, and you know what? Now here's the thing. Go look up Cube World in YouTube right now. And what class do you see? The Rogue. The Rogue. Everybody plays as the Rogue. Which I must say that I am the best Rogue player in the world, but you're not going to see that for a long time because I'm gonna play as the Mage. Yeah. Mage is my favorite class, and I'm going to play as it difference it. You know what I'm saying? Does that even make any sense? Anyway, let's see. This is the character customization, by the way. I guess I got to remember I'm not doing my first look anymore, but yeah. So there's 4 classes to pick from. There's a warrior, a ranger, a mage, and a rogue, or rouge, as lots of people mistakenly call it, which is a shade of red. But we're going to be playing as a mage. You can be a human, an elf, a little dwarf idiot, a green guy, which I would not recommend because they blend with the background like they're like naturally camouflaged and it's on purpose. Then there's the other green guy because there's just 2 green classes, orc and goblin. And then there's this lizard who can be all wait, where is it? I am the lizard. Yeah. And then there's the undead, which is badass, except you can't really change the color of his tunic. Frogman, which is just slippy, so nobody likes him. And the human, which is what we're going to be. Actually, that's the right hair that I want too, because we gotta make him look badass, like me. Okay, we'll give him a little bit shader of darker gray. I've had hair long like that before, but you know what? Long hair sucks in the summer. It does. So I got a shorter cut. Let's see. Because we gotta try and make a character that looks like us, right? Oh, there's a young chap as a mage, right? Doesn't look as cool though. I'm gonna take this long hair and Tignorot because that's my channel name. And okay, sorry about that. The game glitched for a minute there. That was weird. Anyway, create new world. 1077 is the seed, same as my pin number. I'll be sure to edit that out afterwards, probably. And let's just call it Square. Oh, man, I'm terrible at spelling. It's a good thing my videos aren't high enough quality that you can see my spelling. Squaresville. Create world. Alright, here we are. Now, excuse the blue. That's the world loading in, because it's randomly generated worlds, for those that don't know. Now, a couple things I must say right off the hop. Ooh, cotton plants. Grab that cotton. Oh my god. My headphones nearly killed me there. I gotta turn the volume down for myself. But yeah, there's no music in this game. It's eerie, isn't it? It's eerie. Earring. Ooh, we got holes in our head. Okay, cool. These things are what you resurrect near. As soon as you die in this game, there doesn't seem to be a consequence. You just press R and you respawn by these things. So these first few episodes, I must say right off the hop, are not going to have many cuts. Later, I'll start making cuts. Don't worry, because this is a very big, vast world. And, well, I mean, you guys don't want to watch me just walk in a straight line and fight stuff, do you? Well, I mean, fighting stuff might be one thing. Later in this series, I'll probably be running around doing stuff and just kind of leave in all the good bits. But otherwise, for right now, there's not going to be many cuts because I got to explain stuff. Like, oh, yeah. Okay, so there's all these flowers and all these plants and stuff I keep grabbing off the ground. That's all crafting items because, as you can tell, this is a voxel world. And what a voxel world is, well, that's pretty much what a Minecraft world is. That's why it's all pixelated and stuff, and it looks all cool and sweet. And I love it because it's all flatlands. Jokes on all those games just going for graphics. Everybody loves flatlands. But don't worry. It's not all this. The first few episodes, we're going to be hanging out in places like this with these ravines and mountains and stuff like that. I don't know why the world's not loading in properly right now, so sorry about that. But, yeah, eventually, like, there's, like, deserts and, we can go into, like, crypts and dungeons and all kinds of cool stuff. There's the Northlands. You need a boat to cross the ocean, and just all kinds of craziness. Now, these cotton plants are, well, we'll deal with the craftables when we actually get to the craftables. And I can press V. You can press V to turn on the enemy health bars, or press V again to turn them off. Now, as you see there, he's got a red health bar, right? That means he's hostile and he is evil. There are also other enemies that I don't think are around that will have green ones, and those are neutral enemies. They don't touch you if you don't touch them, but as soon as you attack them, they will attack you. Then there's the blue health bars, and those are just allies. Like these dudes over here are probably blue, right? Right? Are you guys blue? Hey, where are you going? Oh, there they are. Yeah, see, they're blue. They got blue health bars, so these guys will help you in a pinch if you're out in the wilderness and need help. And sorry about my frame rate right now. Things are loading. Oop, phone. Okay, and we're back. Hopefully that will be the last of the distractions. Where was I? Oh, yeah, the health bars. Yeah, so this thing right here, see this little heart flower, which is... Oh, God, another phone call. Okay, sorry about that again. Hopefully that will be the last. That's the last of them. Anyway, yeah, so this heart flower, which is absolutely adorable, you grab those. You grab those like your life depended on it. Because incidentally, your life does depend on it because you need them for potions. Now, here's the controls. Can you see them? No, you can't. Because I know my videos aren't HD or anything like that. So I try to make up for it by having a lot of personality. which hopefully people will enjoy if you guys are new to my channel. And yeah, okay. So I know I'm kind of getting distracted. That's going to happen a lot. So, oh yeah, I guess I should explain. By the way that the mage works is there's left click as our main attack, right click is our big attack. And you saw how we just did an instacast there? Normally, the right click spell takes this long to cast. But with our left click, if we hit an enemy or even a bush and stuff, there is a chance that you can make your next right click cast instant. And then you just right click and it goes bing, and it's right there and just kills things. And it's like left click is just like a smaller fireball, and the right click is a bigger one. Yeah. Oh yeah, so you can climb like Shadow of the Colossus by holding control, and if you sit like a fly on the wall, you can sit there indefinitely because it doesn't take any of our stamina. But watch the stamina bar down at the bottom as soon as I move. Did you catch it? And then it's down at the bottom. Oh, and middle mouse button is going to be your best friend, especially if you're going to be playing as a rogue, which is what most people do, because that's rolling. Rolling. Toxic barrel rolling. Rawhide. Because that's your dodge, and you use that a lot. Oh, now, I don't think you can read it. The Cormling, that's what those guys are called. But the text on top that says their name, that is how you gauge how strong an enemy is. So these guys are orange. So I think with my skill and the fact that they spawn you with potions, we're going to be able to take this guy on really quick. Come here. And I don't know why the frame rate kind of goes down a little bit in the middle of battle and stuff. That's weird. I mean, a lot of things about this game, it's an alpha build, as I mentioned at the beginning. So there's a lot of optimization tweaks that I'm sure are going to come into play a little bit later and stuff. And yeah. Our right-clicking spell, by the way, is really handy because, as you saw there, it can stun them, and then it knocks the enemy on the ground for added damage that we can do. And it's just, yeah, it really helps out a lot. But that's where we keep having the chance, and that sound that you hear, that ding, 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 that means that we have an instacast on our right-click. Like that. And that can really help out, especially in tight spots, which we will definitely run into, especially as a mage. Now, see these guys? Yeah, see how they got a solid red text? That means do not mess with them. On a rogue character, you might be able to beat them because the rogue is actually a really fast and powerful character. Especially if you're using a controller. Honestly, it's a lot easier. And I guess I shouldn't be bragging, but I'm the best rogue there is. But yeah, we don't want to fight those guys because they're long-range enemies too. So, after I defeat this bush... Yes! Did we get experience from that bush? We should have. I'm going to bring up the map now. Boop! Look at this. Isn't this adorable? Isn't this beautiful? Okay, so as far as I can tell, no matter when you spawn, no matter what world you spawn, randomly generated or not, the first town is always up and right. Right there. By the way, you can walk around on the map, although I honestly don't know what the point is. And if we zoom the map out, and out, and out, and out, and out, I think this is the borders of the world, but I've never reached those yet. So the world, for all I know, could just keep generating more and more and more and just be endless, which is one of the things that the game tries to advertise, so I don't really know. But, okay, so there's the town, and then there's this thing, right? You see that thing? Wait, how do we move the map? Ah, there we go, middle click, middle click. Everything's the middle click. Okay, now, oh, it's a little confusing, sorry about that. These swords, that's a quest. That's usually a dungeon is what those are. And you go in those, and as soon as you get in the vicinity of the place, it'll be like, oh, there's a dungeon boss in here you have to kill. And then you can go in there, and that counts as a quest. You go in and kill him, and then you get a bunch of stuff. You can get some cool drops from them, but you can also get... Now, here's our inventory system. Let me explain this a little bit. I know it's a lot of information for this first episode, but bear with me, bear with me. So, the money system works like World of Warcraft. We got copper, and you get 100 copper to get 1 silver. 100 silver makes 1 gold. Now, over here, this purple text is platinum coins. As far as I know, you cannot get those with in-game gold. Platinum coins are what you get for defeating dungeon bosses and doing quests. And don't worry, they are infinite. If you go over to a dungeon and kill the enemies, you just gotta wait 1 in-game day, and then it'll respawn. So essentially, you could just keep hunting the same area over and over if you found like some spot that's like absolutely awesome and that you love. But we're going to be heading northeast towards the town, as you can see over here. Frame rate might get a little bit bad, because when it loads the town, it's like, yeah, it's loading a new area. This is a yellow brick road. This always means that there's a town nearby. By the way, press F to pull out your torch. And this torch sucks. And as I explained in my first look of Cube World, if anyone saw that, I didn't know at the time. I'm a lot more learned now that we've actually started this series. And you can actually get more torches if you're lucky enough that your world seed created like there's there's shops in town, and the item shop can sometimes sell torches, and the way that torches work is kind of like a rare item. It's like there'll be a blue torch, which it doesn't really change the light of the torch to blue. It's just like, you know, when you hover over an item, like these are white. That's a white shabby wood staff +5. Then you could get a blue shabby wood staff. So just like our iron lamp, the text for iron lamp would just be blue or yellow, which is the rarest one, and that apparently emits the biggest light source. So hopefully we generate a world with those. The reason that I'm not moving is because we're over here in the field, and these are pineapples. You want to grab all of this stuff. I know it seems a little bit tedious, but trust me, you're going to need them, because you may spawn with 5 potions, but that's pretty much it for a little while until you can get your hands on some more like heart flowers and craftables and stuff and start making your own potions, because incidentally, shops do not sell potions. So if you grab all these pineapples, and sometimes there will be pumpkins and stuff, you just go over to a campfire, which hopefully we can find one in this episode, but we'll see. Oh, we're already full. Awesome. Oh, and see, here's the pumpkins. But yeah, if you go over to a campfire, you can cook the food, and then the way that those work, and I know that the frame rate's a little bad right now. It's because it's loading the town, so I'm sorry about that. I don't have like the best computer in the world or anything. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. So food, the way it works is a little bit different than a potion. A potion you can use on the fly, like I'll show you right here, even though we don't really need to use one. Potion! And you can run around and move and just go crazy and stuff, right? Now, when you're using fruit, you would select it by pressing tab, then you press to the right or left, which is A or D, respectively, because you use WASD to walk. And then your character would have to stop and sit still to eat his food. So it's not ideal for combat situations as much as potions are. You can get away with it if you end up running for your life somewhere and then, you know, getting to a safe spot or something. But yeah. Ooh, hey, little piggy. How you doing today? How you doing today? Oh, man. Okay. Now, unfortunately, there is no houses in this game. I mean, there's this house that we're in right now. But you can't... Oh, a bed. But you can't create houses yet. It's an alpha build, and there's a lot of cool things that they got planned for this game. You should check out the site. That'll be in the description if you want to get your hands on this game right now, which I would recommend, because right now this game is cheap. It's only like $15 European. I think that's like $20 American. I don't know. I'm Canadian, right? But yeah, you should get it because it's going to eventually be a pretty big game, I think. And, you know, I remember when Minecraft first started out, I was playing it during alpha as well, and it was like $20 by donation, and then you could get the full game, and yeah. So, let me explain the town a little bit. Let me explain, because there's actually a little bit more to it than meets the Optimus Primal Transformers eyeball. That right there, see that big beautiful jewel? That's going to be your best friend if you're a mage, because there's a dude down there. He is the mage trainer. And the way that and incidentally, that castle right there, like this little castle, is the warrior trainer. As you can see by his big sword and practice dummies. And I don't know where they are right now. Oh, but you can see over there. I don't know if you guys can see over there. See the targets and stuff? That's going to be archer trainer. And now the way it works, here's our levels, right? Here's our like skill trees. Every time you get a level, we will get 2 skill points to spend. And we can either be a fire mage or a water mage. The only difference is as a water mage, the perk is your attack speed is increased with each hit, as well as you get a healing spell. Now, when you're a fire mage, your attacks have a chance to make your next special attack, which is the right click, and a free instant cast. So that's why I explained earlier in the episode. And we get fire explosion instead of the healing. That's the only thing that changes for every class in the entire game. If you, like, there's 2 skill trees. Usually that's all it is. One of them is, like, faster attack speed, and the other one usually is an insta-cast, but some of them are a little bit different. And they only ever change one of your spells. Like, right now for the mage, it's the first spell. For some of the other classes, like I think the warrior and the rogue, it's the 3rd spell right here. But yeah. And then across the board, pet mastery, climbing, swimming, those are for every class in the game. You need 5 pet mastery to get 1 for your riding, and then you could have a mount. You need 5 climbing to get hang gliding, which I haven't done yet. And then you need 5 swimming in order to use a boat. Now, why are we standing around this dude? Because this needs to be explained. As soon as you get one level in one of these, whichever you chose, because right off the hop you can change, like, see, we can switch to a water mage right now, and then we can switch to a fire mage. As soon as you get one level in one of these skill trees, which us it's going to be a fire mage, then it's going to cost to switch over to the other class. And it'll say that you need a skill trainer. So that's why, so long as you're standing next to this dude, or if you're a fighter, that dude, or if you're an archer, that dude, and then rogue character is somewhere else around here, I'm sure, you just open up your skill menu while you're standing next to him, and then you go over here, and it would say, this is going to cost you X amount of money. And you click learn, bada bing, bada boom, you're by a skill trainer, so it would work. And yeah. Like I told you, there's going to be you gotta bear with me, guys. There's going to be a lot of explaining within these first episodes, okay? So don't worry. As soon as we get past all of this tutorial phase of the game's going to pick up. I'm going to start making a lot more cuts and stuff, and just, yeah. What the? Oh god, that guy scared me. I thought the back of his head was his front. Now this dude right here, you can tell where he is because he's in the castle, okay? Okay, it's the tall tower. And he's got this thing on his head, even though you can't really see him on the map or anything, as far as I know, can you? No. Well, he's in this tower. This dude, remember what I said earlier about how you complete a quest and get platinum coins? He's the dude that you spend the platinum coins at. Now, the way that he works is he has an adaptation, which basically makes an item of your choice stronger. So we could, incidentally, like here, let's put our staff that we're equipped to. We put it in here, right? And it says, I can adapt this item for you. But he can't really do that right now because this is a really crappy staff. But it'll show you the comparisons. It shows the old stats of the weapon right now. And then it shows you the stats that the weapon would have if you adapted it. So it's kind of like augmenting it or something. And then down here in the purple, it says the cost of platinum coins, right? So you want to be doing quests so that you can make your gear magical and adapted and awesome and stuff like that. And yeah, okay. Now we gotta move onward to the shops, because there's actually quite a... What do we got for items right now? Oh, we don't even have any pet food. But yeah, we gotta do some stuff right now. We'll deal with, like, weapon customization and stuff like that. We'll deal with that and pet mastery and training and stuff. We'll deal with all of that stuff once we actually get to it. But for this first episode right now, the adventure begins, right? Okay. Now this is the smith. Oh, I guess I should explain. When you're on your map, you zoom in like crazy, and I don't know if you can really make it out. Even for me, it's a little bit difficult, but see, there's a sign, where is it? There's a sign right in front of this place, and it's body armor. And then they have one that's like, this one's a potion, this one's a sword, and then there's an identifying shop up here, which is a magnifying glass. Yeah, and so, oh, by the way, here's a little hint too, for those of you that want to know the meta game. So, you see how our map is zoomed in and we can see all this stuff? See our compass in the top right? You can see the inn, you can see the armor, you can see all the stores. Now if you zoom your map out just enough that you can't see all of it, check out our compass in the top right. It's zoomed out as well, and you cannot see them. So what I like to do is, when you're out exploring and stuff, you zoom the map out, and when you come into town, you zoom in enough so that you can see the shops. That way you don't gotta keep referring to your map in order to go to the shops. Man, that's a mouthful. Yeah, it's gonna be going a mile a minute. The game also starts you, no matter what class you are, with 2 different weapon options. So we have the wooden staff. Let me show you right here. I'm sorry, I know, I should just be in the shop. We have the wooden staff, which is this spell, right? But if you have a wooden wand, it's this, and then it's where your target is. And then the right-clicking spell is a 1, 2, 3 instacast, right? Now, if you end up using these fire rings, which you can have 2 of them, it's dual wielding for a mage. Pa, 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 pa. It's basically the same fireball spell, except a lot faster, and the right click is just a giant fireball, which I'm not sure if it's an AoE explosion or something, but whatever. We're going to be using the staff because that's what I like best. I like that spell the best. Okay, so we're just going to sell these. We also have a shabby wooden staff here, which we're going to hang on to that because as soon as we gain a level, we're going to be able to use it. But it doesn't look like we're going to gain a level in this episode because I've already spent so much time in town. Money you don't need to worry about in this game. It is not like a hard commodity to come by because the shops honestly don't have that much stuff that you'll end up buying. We're going to incidentally be buying these silk shoulder pads because we can afford it. I don't know if you can read it right now, but it's like we've already got, just from selling that noob gear, 65 copper. And to give you an example of the range, this armor right here is 20 copper. So just think as soon as you're strong enough to raid a dungeon and you come back to town and sell stuff, because you will run into a lot of items, you become a rich man very quickly. And honestly, I think the shops could use a little bit of work. I think they could use a little bit of work because as you can see right here, I don't know if you can make it out, but see there's that red text right there? That's saying that it's for a ranger. So we can't equip it. And I wish there was an option just right here where you could select like warrior, mage, rogue, select a category of equipment, because otherwise you got to kind of scroll through it like this and you just kind of look for the ones that have white text, except for this one, which is saying that we need to be a higher level in order to use it. So that means that there's only one thing that we could actually use right now, which is these shoulder pads. Yeah, we have shoulders now. Oh my God. Oh, see this chest right here? Which is all cool and we can open and close it. There is nothing in the chests that are in town, but you will see those later in dungeons, and those drop stuff. Yeah. Okay. Now let's go over to the potion shop. Potion shop. I also don't know if there's a way to get rid of the HUD or anything, so it makes taking screenshots a little bit difficult. But yeah, for title cards and stuff. Oops. See, when I press V, this is normally how I play the game with all the health bars, but I know for YouTube's sake that it's kind of ugly, especially for people watching, so I'm just gonna leave it off. Don't worry about it. But yeah, this, see that bag? That's the item shop. Where are you? Get out of the way! This is the item shop. This place you want to come to real quick. See, they got an iron lamp, and normally there could be one that's like blue text, right? But you want to get a lot of glass flasks. That's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna spend all our money on it. Now we only have 1 copper left. Oh, we're poor. Okay, now the reason that I got glass flasks is because that's pretty much how you craft potions. Now the way that works, here, let me show you right here. There's all of our heart flowers, right? And you combine these with glasses of water. But we only have the normal glass flasks. Where do we get the water? Oh, well, I'll tell you, smart guy. See up here? You see that little tiny trail of blue? Actually, we're going to head over there right now, and I'll explain more of the town, like maybe in another episode or something, because this episode's already almost on 30 minutes, and I'm going to try my best not to go too over time, because I don't want it to get too boring for you guys, you know. I'm going to be trying my best to make this game entertaining, but it's like, it's going to be a challenge for me. Because I myself just love this game. Like, I just love it. I love the controls. They're so tight and stuff. And it's just, considering that there's only 2 people developing this game, that is absolutely incredible. Like, straight up. But I'm trying to show as much of the noob information for this first episode as I can. Because you need to get a lot of this. Like, if I knew a lot of this stuff right off the hop, it would have really helped. Yeah. So, here's water. Here's water. And it's all beautiful and... So long as you're standing in water, press C to bring up your crafting recipes. And crafting is a lot easier than you would think. It's not like Minecraft. And yeah, so you go over to your potions tab, because we'll deal with one thing at a time, right? Or not your potions. You go to the last tab, which is formulas, I guess. Yeah, and then there's alchemy and cooking and stuff. We'll deal with all of that crafting in other episodes. But right now, see water flasks? Huh? You see it right there? It requires glass flasks. And normally, if we're standing out of the water and you hover over it, right down here, you can barely see it. In red text, it says requires water. Because we have to be standing in water. So long as you're standing in water, it's not there and we can craft it. Which I'm going to craft them all right now. You can just hold down your mouse click. It's too bad you can't tell it to craft them all at once. But hopefully that'll be a feature that they end up implementing a little bit later. Otherwise, it gives me a chance to talk and say that the fact that you gotta be standing in water, if anyone's ever played Terraria, which is an awesome game, except it's incredibly hard, especially when you get to hard mode. But yeah, that's like a side-scrolling Minecraft that is kind of like Castlevania. It's an awesome game. If you guys haven't checked it out, you should. Like, straight up. But anyway, they had stuff like that where it's like you would have to stand beside what you needed to craft. And yeah, so now... we go over to our potions, and look at this. All of a sudden, we can craft life potions. +1. Eventually, you get, like, life potions +2 and +3 and stuff. Because you find crafting recipes and stuff, and they really help you out. Also, an easier way to tell that you can actually craft these is this number right here. Because it shows you can craft 6 of them. So we're just going to do that right now. The reason, like, we can only craft 6 is because we only had 6 heart flowers. Because now we're out of heart flowers, but we still have 26 water flasks. So as we find those out in the wilderness and stuff, we're going to be doing real good. Like this heart flower right there. Because it's really good to get a lot of potions and stuff out of the... oh, whoops. Are we full on pumpkins? Oh, we are. I thought we were full on pineapples, not pumpkins. But yeah, it's really good to get potions and stuff like that out of the way. And you want to be grabbing these mushrooms too, because you use those for crafting. You pretty much just want to grab everything that you can see in the game because it helps out. Hey, sheepy. Hey, little sheepy. We can get sheeps as pets. You can get pigs and dogs and stuff too. And you can ride a pig. But we'll deal with that in other episodes because the pet taming is a little bit... It's not complicated. Not much in this game is. But it does take a little bit to actually get it. Because you need to find, like... food for pets and stuff. But right now, I want to show you one of the most important things that I think we should tackle on in this first episode. I didn't even know about this until recently when I read it on the wiki, and it was like, yeah, randomly generated is right. Look at this. You gotta be a friggin' jungle gymnast to be able to get in here. Now, where is he? Okay, this is the inn. There are a lot of inns around town. Oh, well, we're not in the vicinity for any of the signs to show up, but they have a lot of inns in town. Now, let me explain something here. Beds are going to be your best friend, especially if you find them out in the wilderness, like at campfires and stuff, because they heal you like crazy. You go and make your character sit in them by pressing R, which is the activation button. E is picking items up, by the way, if you guys didn't already know that. But yeah, so you go into bed to sleep and to get your guys' health up. You don't use it to pass in-game time. No, 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 no. You do not use it to pass in-game time. You can, because in-game time passes a lot faster when you're laying in a bed, but it's not ideal. Because one of the things that, if you guys have ever seen anyone else do it, there we go, cinematic view. If you've ever seen anyone else do it, although you won't see it very often, just because not many channels will do it, I'm sure, especially with how dark YouTube gets, night in this game is unbearably dark. It is pitch black. Like, you want to avoid nighttime like the plague for playing and especially for recording. Now, a way that a night works, I think it's either 2 hours and 30 minutes or 2 hours and 15 minutes in real life is a whole 24 hours within the game world. And when you're sleeping in a bed, I think the time goes at like, I think it's like 15 minutes or something passes through the whole night. So 15 minutes, I guess, would be like, 12 hours or something? I'm not exactly sure on the numbers on that. But the most important thing, this guy will be your best friend. Him, the innkeeper, there will always be one of these dudes in an inn, and they will instantly reset the clock. If you're wearing headphones, I would advise that you probably pull them out because this guy is going to be very loud. You see what I mean? It just screams at your ears. And I'm sorry about that. There's not really much I can do. This game doesn't really have much balance with its sound. But as you can see in the top right, well, you can barely see it, but it reset the time from like 14 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And now the whole day is reset. Beautiful, beautiful. That is absolutely awesome. That is honestly the first time that I've ever actually used that, dude. So that is really helpful. That is absolutely awesome, because before I knew about that guy, I was laying in beds and I would go do other stuff in real life to pass the time until it was daytime again, because straight up, nighttime is unbearably dark. You can get those better torches and those would help, but it's still unbearably dark. Ooh. I'm gonna get a screenshot in here now. Alright. And now I'm sitting down and taking a breather, because you know what? For today's episode, I think we did pretty good. I think we did pretty good. We're going to actually call it here, because otherwise I'll just go on, and I don't want to make the episode too long. But yeah, we got maybe 2 or 3 more episodes of me probably stopping and explaining things before we end up dealing with... Well, before we end up being able to actually go out and play and stuff. We'll be able to go into a dungeon, probably, maybe like in the next episode. So, whoa! Pull out the map! I don't know why I did that. But yeah, we got a couple more things we're gonna end up doing before we end up, starting this adventure hardcore. Yeah! Isn't this beautiful? And all those blocks falling down are supposed to be like leaves or lilies or something. I absolutely love the art direction in this game. I love it. By the way, here's a little hint, which we may run into and may not. Sometimes, I've only ran into it once, so I don't really know that much about it, but sometimes you can run into an NPC, non-playable character, and they'll be sitting in a bench like this, and they'll have like a quest icon on top of their face, and they can actually mark dungeons on your map, because these, like this right here, is probably going to be a giant castle, right? And then... incidentally, there are smaller dungeons. Let's just say, for example, let's just pretend there's one right here, right? And those don't show up on your map. Those you have to find from exploring rather than going over here. They will have bosses and a lot of mobs, and they're a really great place to get EXP, but the game doesn't really count them as a quest or anything, and killing the boss is just kind of for the rare drop rather than trying to kill the dungeon boss to finish a quest. But we're going to call it here for today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it and hope that you guys have enjoyed. And girls. And if you enjoyed this episode enough to the very end, please be sure to leave a like on the video. It really helps me out a lot. And if you want to see more in this series, be sure to subscribe. Sayonara and stay epic, everybody.